Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to my home. This is Charlotte. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. I know we've got quite a few subscribers that are going through some really rough times. Prayers for all of you and healing. We today, because I was doing napkins last week, I found in the comments quite a few of you were happy to see the napkins, and I know that there are some new people that have never done that. So I got out some vintage book page and made some pockets. I think I used, maybe this is a file folder, it might be maybe a throwaway, I backed it on a throwaway piece of cardstock. So this is what they are. What you would do is just make sure your little stickers aren't popping up. So we need to glue this down. Sometimes when you do collage work, things don't want to stick. Washi tape, that type of thing. So you have to go back and just double check. But aren't they cute pockets? We did some stamping. Put some washi tape on there. So you would just take this and glue this down to a page. If you wanted to, you could put a tab on the side. So if you had a book page, you had your pocket here, you could have a tab here and have some dangles off of it. And you will notice ink splatter. I can't help myself. Yep, there's, you know, I'm addicted to the ink splatter. I truly am. But this is what I did. This is a napkin. This is the Paris napkin. We're going to be playing with that a little bit. But I just thought for pockets, excuse me, they're just cute as can be. And while I'm at that, I don't have a piece of cardstock because, hold on just a second. Let me get over here and grab something we can work on. Because what happened was I was going to do a different video, but the video I was going to do is tags, and I mean, they're cute, but you're going to have to wait 2 weeks for that. So maybe we can use this. So yeah, you kind of, I got caught, so not good. I'm looking for something that would make an okay, don't want to waste that. Something that would make an okay piece that you, this might be perfect right there. Something you can write on the back, or no, we don't have to worry about that because we're doing pockets. Charlotte, what are you thinking? But we want something more or less plain where your book page isn't going to have to fight. I think we can use this, so let's use this. If the back is busy, it doesn't matter. So let's use this. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I was all together, and I wasn't. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to tear. This is a vintage dictionary page. You can see it's got some great patina. So we're going to tear this into fourths. Whatever size works for you is what you're going to do. Maybe you want a smaller one. I think I want that number, although, you know, did I get any? Yeah, see right there, page number. I kind of like that. So I think I'm going to make it to where I get that number. But you shrink this down to whatever works for your journals and whatever works for you. I am really going to kind of just go in the center. So there we've got our 4 pieces, and we've got a napkin. And what I did on these was I Mod Podge, or Collage Podge. I prefer Collage Podge in matte to Mod Podge. I have an easier time with this. I don't know why. It's just personal preference. I have Mod Podge, and I would use Mod Podge. So you use whatever works for you. Maybe you like the Distress Medium. You can use that as well. So whatever ingredient you like, you use that. What I had done is we're going to take the book page, and then we're going to adhere the napkin. You might find it easier. Well, that's what I did with this. We're gonna switch it up, okay? Thinking about it, because I think it's gonna be easier for you. We are going to adhere the book page to the cardstock, and then we're gonna go ahead and collage podge that on. So I'm gonna use a glue stick, because why not? This paper is really, really thin, so I am going to get a glue book, and that's what we're gonna do here, because I think what happened was when I did it the way I did it, this book page curls, because it's thin, it's old, and it was all collage podge, but see, even with the glue on it, it's starting to curl. So I'm thinking for you, especially if you have never done this before, this is gonna be the easier way. Go ahead and take your book pages and glue them down to your file folder, your whatever paper source you're using, and then we won't have that curling. So there's one. You can try it both ways and see which way works best for you. But I remember when I glued these down to my cardstock after I had applied the napkins, I thought, why didn't you do this in the beginning? It would have been so much easier. So that's obviously why we're doing it this way now. But try both ways and see if maybe there's a way that you would prefer. So there's two. We're gonna see if we can get all of these. That would be great. And I think we can. Let's get this. I think this is smaller, and then I think we can get the other one on here. So hopefully I'm still on camera, but I'm just gluing. That's all that's going on here. And then I'm going to show you how to separate your plies on your napkin for those of you that are new and have never done that. And I learned that the little tip that I use from Crafty Irina. If you're at all familiar with Crafty Irina, I learned from her, and I can see that's going to have to be trimmed. And we have our last one. If we can get her on here. We can if we lose a little bit of that. And I'm okay with that. Let's just go ahead and take this off. Just like that. And now we should fit. And we do. Okay. Well, that was a good job. So hopefully everybody is having a good Monday, a good start to a week, and your weather's decent. We hit 112, but it is June, so that's to be expected. I can't complain. I mean, I want to, but what's the point? Look where I live. I'm in the desert. You know, it's like, what do you expect, Charlotte? Look where you live. Look where you live, girl. Okay, so let's just cut these out. Trim these off so we can get started. Get the busy work done. This is the no fun work. I mean, I guess it can be. There's one that looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna leave this. I'm not gonna worry, I've got a little hairline there. I don't think I'm gonna worry about that. if that would bother you, then by all means, you cut that off. I may end up cutting it off, but right now, not worried about it. And of course, I didn't set this up straight, did I? Okay. Yes, I did that. Okay, because I can't cut a straight line, I am going to try to do this. Sometimes when the glue is wet, your paper will bunch up. I've had that happen more times than I care to remember, and then you have to deal with that. And a lot of times just rounding corners will help that. And I could leave this, and I might end up doing, no, I did put in a new blade, so that helps a lot too. But yeah, we're gonna have to do that. That little piece is gonna have to be done by hand. If this doesn't bother you, then by all means leave it. It is not a big deal. I mean, we are curling, so you can imagine how we would curl if we did not have the cardstock. So did I get it? Am I seeing it? No, I'm not. There we go. I mean, how many times do you really have to cut, Charlotte, before you get it right? All right, then we have one more, guys. We're almost there, and then we'll get to the napkin. And then we have a nice piece of scrap if we want to do any tabs. Okay, all right. Put your cutter away. You're not going to need it again unless you've got cleanup to do, but I'm not going to worry about the cleanup. All right, so on to the napkin. I do have a napkin here that I took down to the single ply. But for those of you that have never done this, I want to show you a crafty Irina I did. This is a 3-ply napkin. You're going to grab a piece of Scotch tape. I've got masking tape right here, and you're just going to pull it. There is your first ply, and this should come right off. A lot of people save these. They use them for cleanup. They also use them for their craft projects. You can wrinkle this up if you want to make something look like maybe a piece of leather. I recycle them, so I don't keep things like that. Rarely will I keep that because I've got so much stuff I just don't need anymore. But once you get it started like this, you're down to your single ply, which is what you want. This should easily come off. Now, I have seen creators separate their napkins using water. I have never done that because this was the first way that I had learned. So this is just what sticks to me, and this is the method that I use. But by all means, try the water because you might prefer that. Now you can see you've got a shadow. See that? You can see the Eiffel Tower. You can barely make out the roses and the bicycle. There are creators that love this. I think this design is really cool. You could use it for a backdrop on something. I don't save it simply because I've got so much stuff. I have so many napkins that if I started saving that, I would need another room. So I don't save that, but try it. You may love it. Using that shadow, that second print. So here we go. We've got this piece here. I had already, this was a napkin here. This was this one. This one here, Peony Blossom. This is Michael Design Works, and I know I got these at a Tuesday morning. So that is what that particular one looked like. And then this is the Paris. The rest of these are Paris. So you can see 3 completely different designs. Even though we have the Eiffel Tower, this does not have the bicycle. And this one does, and it has more roses. And then this one has the bicycle on the other side, but no roses, only the basket. So you get a lot of mileage with your napkins. So don't be afraid to use one napkin and do several pockets. You could put all of those in the same journal and no two pockets are going to be the same. Now you notice on this one, this is also Michael Design Works, and you'll always know them from their sweet little elephant trademark. It's up to you if you want to use the border on this. I think I will, because I'm going to get this whole thing. I'm only going to lose a little bit of that guy's tail, so I'm going for it. We need our glue book, and we need our glue stick. Now, I went over this before, but I'll say it again. You could use Collage Podge, Mod Podge, or Distressed Collage Medium to put your napkin down. I have found that when I use Collage Podge, I get a lot of wrinkles. Now, wrinkles don't bother me because I think it adds texture, especially if you're gonna play with some inks. You've got places for those inks to go and to stay, make their home, and so you'll pick up a cool design. But if you don't want wrinkles, or you want very few wrinkles, I have found that a glue stick just smooths things out. I don't know why. I really don't know what the difference is. It might be that there's less moisture with a glue stick than with any kind of other medium. So I am going to use a glue stick, and I think you'll see what I mean. So we need to go over it all. If you miss a spot, when you put your collage medium over it, it will soak through your napkin. So don't be too concerned with that. So I've got a good base of glue here. And I'm gonna try to get this straight so I get that design that I wanted. So put this down and just kind of smooth it out. And I will hold it up to the camera, but you're going to see there are very, very few wrinkles. And if you feel any and you just go over them with your finger, it's amazing how they disappear. And when you've got a wet medium on here, many times you tend to destroy the napkin when you push on it and pull on it. And you can see, I don't see any wrinkles at all. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. It's as smooth as it can be. But you want to make sure, if you can, that your napkin is adhered down to your paper, your book page. Now, at this point, I had mentioned in one of my other videos that you can Collage Podge or you can leave it. And there are mixed reviews in the comments. A couple of you love the feel. You said you loved the feel of that napkin and that you didn't like to go over it with any kind of medium. And some of you like to use the medium. I tend to use the medium because I want to protect the napkin. I have never had an issue once this is dried, but you have to understand this is a one-ply napkin. So, you know, I don't know if stains or inks or some tearing can occur depending upon where this is in a journal and if it's high trafficked. I don't know, but I like to go over this with Mod Podge. So we've got one. Let's do another. Let's see what we can get away with here on one napkin. Let's see what we got. What do we have? I kind of like them to look different, but this napkin is not. This pocket would be exactly the same, and I'm not really liking that. So you know what? Let's pull this one. and see, because these are pretty big pockets. This is going to take the top of the Eiffel Tower, but isn't that pretty? Let's do that. We'll do 2. And then if you like the collage look, absolutely piece your napkins together and you'll have a completely different look. You can pull what you like from each napkin and blend them, and that's always fun to do. So I want to thank everybody that is tuning in, and feel free to share my videos. Please, a thumbs up. That's always great for the YouTube algorithm, which I don't understand, but that's okay. I don't need to. But I know it helps my channel if I've got the thumbs up. And by all means, chat with me. Leave me a comment. I am so far behind right now in my comments. I'm hoping, this is Sunday. I am making this video in advance, and I'm hoping to get to my comments today, because I've not been good at that. Just been too busy. All right, this is the last one, and we are going to move forward. I probably should have done one of these because the Decoupage has to dry so that we have one to decorate. So that wasn't, Charlotte, you weren't thinking. I might have to get my blower out. All right, we can put this aside. I will finish that later. We are going to get our sanding tool. This is sanding discs from Tim Holtz, and we are going to sand these edges. If you have an emery board, you can cut these with your scissors. If you have a sanding block, sanding paper, or an emery board, that works fine. I just happen to love using this tool. It's one of my must-haves. And I use it more than I ever thought I would, but it's perfect for this use. You also can tear your napkin. It depends on the look that you want, but don't be afraid to tear your napkin and have those ragged edges, because those are pretty cool too. Now, if I were to go ahead and decorate this, if I wasn't using archival or stays on inks, and I wanted to come back and Decoupage, everything would run. So if you wanted to ink this first and then Decoupage, you're going to need to make sure that you use permanent inks, archival inks or stays on inks. Otherwise, you're going to have issues. Even if I were to go ahead and ink around the edges and then apply my Decoupage, those inks would run because they're not permanent. So, like just your distress inks, they're not permanent. So, isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. Okay, and then there's this one. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to Decoupage this one just so that you see what that looks like. And then we are going to play with this one without Decoupaging because I messed up. I should have had one of these ready to go that we could play with that was all dried, but I didn't. So we're going to do this one, and we're just going to leave the napkin raw and have some fun with it. And then you will see what the difference is when I show you one that is sealed and one that is not. So we have just a little bit here, not a big deal, but I'm going to go over it anyway, just to get that off. Clean this up, and then put that away. We don't need it. And because it is a little bit damp, if you put this, put something heavy over this, you would, you'd get rid of that, that rolling effect. Okay, so I have got a distress brush I have got my Decoupage, and we're just going to go over this really quick. Get my little goober top off. And I just apply it, you know, some people like to apply it off to the side and use it out of a vessel. I'll apply it right on. Doesn't bother me. You do you. Whatever works for you, you do. Okay, we can put that away. And just make sure we've got a coat on, and hopefully this will dry before the end of this video, but maybe not. Make sure I get it all. And then after it's dried is when I would either round the corners if I wanted that look, or I would apply a thumbnail like I did here. I rounded these corners and left these squared, but I applied the thumbnail, and I see here I need to fix that. Not a problem. Let me get a wet one to put my brush in until I can wash it, because otherwise it's gonna get all funky, and I don't want that. I don't want it to get all funky. So I am going to, it's another tip, just wrap it up so it keeps it moist. And then if you're going to use it again, you've got it. If you're not, it's going to be safe to, we don't need the glue gun. It will be safe to wash and not dry out, because that's a mess once it dries out. Okay. So we have this that looks like I've glued to the bottom. So this is what the finish is. It is a matte finish. This is treated, not treated. And you can see it pulls the print, and it pulls the colors. So it is brighter than this. So I don't know, I just prefer that. But we're gonna play with this because I messed up. So we might need a page that we can mess around on. So because I am not going to be treating this, let's go ahead and get a thumbnail. I think I'm going to use the large one and make a larger thumbnail. And I don't measure, I don't fuss, I just eyeball it, and then I think I am going to round these corners. The rounder, yeah, I've done that before too, where I thought I had the rounder and didn't. Okay, then we are going to, I'm going to use espresso, ground espresso. This is our archival ink, and I'm going to go around the edges because I like the edges defined. You don't have to ink your edges. It depends on the look you're going for. You can pull out a different color if you want. And just go for it. This is going to be fairly simple. I'm not going to do a whole lot to it. Now, if you look at this and you look at the color in this, that is because I took this brush and I just lightly went over the top for a deeper color. You don't have to do that. Maybe you don't like the vintage look, or you would want a lighter color than this. But let's, ink spots. Yeah, I want ink spots. So you know, I have these ink spots that came out of the grabby box. Let me pull my VersaFine Onyx Black. And I had, y'all can probably see it. I have a little block, a little stamp block. Where did I put it? I know I put it off to the side until we needed it. And of course, I don't have it. Where'd you go? Okay, here you are. See-through, so I couldn't even see it. So we're going to use, I don't know if I'll ever create anything again that doesn't have an ink blot. Just because I'm in love with these guys. I can't help myself. So we're going to put a couple on where we think they might look good. I mean, look at that. It just adds. I can't explain it. I just really don't understand. Maybe it's just a me thing. Let's come off the page like that. That's so cool. Clean our stamp and call it a day. And this is where your 1 and 2 plies will come in when you have to clean and do things like that. So that's enough for y'all. Are probably going to get sick of the ink stamps. So I apologize, but I can't help myself. What else do we want to do here? Well, you know what? You caught me without any stamps. Oh, wait a minute. I do have something here. I have this. I don't want to leave you. I have to get up and go get something. So let's get into our Sam Poole Creative Expressions. This happens to be signatures from the past 2. So, special delivery, that would be cool because this is a pocket and it's going to have a tag or something inside of it. So special delivery would be good. So I'm going to need another block anyway because that is not long enough. So we will get out this one here. Will we fit? I was thinking, yep, we will just fit. I was thinking if we put this on straight, it will be easier. I don't know that we are completely straight, but we're close enough. So let's get this out of your glare and go for it. I have to pull it closer. I think we're good. So that's going to go right. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, clean the stamp off. I think I'd like a number. See if we can find a number here. And it helps to look at the cover. I've got a 1898 and a 48, so maybe, I also have a number 4, 1898. You see me use quite a bit, but it's pretty cool. Let's see if I've got it upright. And where do we want to put him? I think, and I've been doing that a lot lately. How about right here? Cute. Cute, cute. Clean our stamp. And we need some more. So let's see what else we've got here. You know, I have not used this one. Hopefully you can see that and I'm not off camera. Let's see. This looks like it would go. I'm talking about this one right here. It looks like it would go really well with this pattern that we have going on. So let's try it. Let's just see where we might want it. Maybe right in here. Let's try. Let's see. Well, we have nothing to lose, right? So cool. Put that right here and have it come over onto the Eiffel Tower. Oh, love that. Is less more or is more more? I think when you're dealing with something like this, more is more. Now, how about if we get out our stickers and my napkin just stuck to the stamp, my little single ply. So I think we can put this away and call the stamping done. We can close this up, get this out of here, put this in here. Be done with that. Okay, so stickers. Where did I put my, here we go. This is where maybe you might want to get out your ephemera, your pieces, and see what you have. Is there anything that you can use that you might want to use? We're looking pretty good. That's a big 3. I wonder. I kind of like, how about that 2? Or, I really like the 3. Let's go with this little guy right here. I have napkins stuck to me. Sorry, guys. Let's do this. These are also from a grabby box, and they're more like a piece of washi tape, see-through. Oh, yes. Doesn't that look good? And then I feel like we need some kind of words. And I don't think these are gonna do it. And I'm like, where do I have words? Do I have words in here? I do. Look at this. I have this sitting in front of me, but I tend to forget that I have it. Let's see. They're not really words as much as they are numbers. That's kind of cool. Let's see, what else do we have? There's one, but we're bringing in a totally different color. There's an equation. Ooh, I kind of like that. But that's got words in it, and I really, really wanted some words. So, what's this one say? Workroom, 220. Ooh, should we use that? I think so. Let's use Workroom 220. This looks really good, and it blends right into the background. But let's distress this and see if we like it or we want to go with the other one. This might be too bright. What do we think? Oh, I'm going to use that one. Okay. Yep. We're going to use this. Just tone it down a tiny bit. Get our glue. Well, while my glue is out, I'm going to do a little repair on that other one. Look at this and think, do we want any washi tape? Maybe we should put it over here like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then where was the one that had... I had one that had an issue. This one right here. Get some glue on there. Take care of that. There we go. That works. This is so cute. Now, would we want a butterfly? Would that really be maybe too much? Is there too much, guys? Let's pull them out and see. There's no harm in checking it out, right? Check it out. We would need something, I think, with a pink. Something with, not orange, but something small. We don't want a moth. That's way too big. What's this one? This one's not quite as bright. Hopefully I'm on camera. Don't want it there. Would we want it and don't want it there? Okay, I think we're gonna really need, don't like that at all. Then I've got one that's a piece. Nope, see let's just pull a bunch out so that I can. We have a little bit of yellow in the bouquet. That is too big. I think this is probably too big. Yes, too much yellow. Don't like that one as much as this one. How about this one here? That's really toned down. Ooh, I think I like that. I think Miss Brenda Clark gave me that butterfly. I think. Let's just check. There is no blue. Okay, no. All right. Okay, Charlotte, we can sit here all day. We've narrowed it down to 3. Let's check them out and see. I really do like that because it brings the green out. That is pretty. And then we had this one. This one now is too small. And then we've got this one here. Nope, we're going to do this one. Yep. And we're just going to go around a little bit, try to get rid of that white. And let's just kind of bend her up a little bit and see exactly where we want her. Ooh, she's pretty there, isn't she? And she's not covering anything up if she's there. Could go right there. Although I like her up there, but you know what? I am thinking we're gonna put her right there. So you put your glue away. Okay, so Jenna, when we were sewing, Jenna went home with a tote, a lined tote, mind you, so cute. I had cut the fabric out and the handle out and the lining out before she came over because I wanted her to go home with a project and not just be sitting here sewing. It was all straight lines. I didn't give her anything that had a curve. So for those of you that sew, I think you understand. You know, you can get overwhelmed. And it was a project she could use, so it was pretty cute. What do you think? Isn't that? See how simple? It's just a napkin, guys, and some fun stuff. Now, if you wanted to, I don't know if this would work. I was gonna say we could put some washi tape. Do we want to do that? Maybe, and pull some color up. You know what? It's washi tape. Let's just do it. Let's just put a little piece of washi tape right here. And I am, let's see, do we want it at the bottom? Do we want it at the top? I think at the top. Let's see. Yep, I can't make up my mind. Want it down there. Oh, I kind of like that. Or do I want it up here? Ooh, I think I want it at the bottom. You know what? I'm going to go with my first instinct, which was to put it here. That's what I'm going to do. And if we don't like it, we can take it off. Go under the wing, just like that. See what we think. Yeah, just a little bit of color. What do y'all think about that? Isn't that cute? All right, guys, that is Monday's video, and I have a treat for you tomorrow, so stay tuned. I hope everybody has a fantastic week. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. I am so happy to have you. And please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one. Big hugs, guys. Bye.